Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some of the things that I do to kind of keep my weight loss and maintenance journey interesting, to not get bored, and to kind of stay motivated. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And let's get started. So one of the questions I actually get asked the most is just, how do I stay motivated on my weight loss journey? How do I not get bored of doing the same thing? Or like, how do I stay on track without getting bored? How do I keep things interesting? So today I'm just gonna give a few of my tips that I think have helped me the most to really mix things up, keep things interesting, and just not get bored of the lifestyle. So I'm just gonna go through a few tips that have worked for me personally on my weight loss journey. I lost 70 pounds in a year, and now I've been maintaining that loss for almost a year and a half now since then. So I have a few things that have just helped me to really keep it interesting for me, for Adam, and so we don't get really burnt out with the lifestyle that we've created for ourselves. So one thing that really helps is for us to shop at different stores. And I know this isn't possible for everyone, but if you do have a few options, it really does help to just mix it up every once in a while. Maybe even just switch off between two different grocery stores for your food that you're buying. I find that that way we can get so many different ingredients, although it is still the same. A lot of the times it still is different, if that makes sense. So even just shopping at different places, there are different things, different options, and that way we really mix it up what we're eating, but we still are able to find like low point options at all of the places. Another thing we also do, like a lot of times when we go to the store, we always try to find just like one new thing to try, even if it's just a vegetable or something in the produce section or something we haven't had before. We like to try to find new things every time we go to the store, just so that we're keeping things interesting with what we're eating at home. We're not getting burnt out of the same things every week. Although there are some things we buy every single week too, it helps to just mix things up as well when we get different snacks to try, if we get different types of pasta, even like different shapes of pasta, like little details like that really do make a difference when it comes to making meals for us. And so always trying to find new things really does help us. Another thing that's really helped me to just not get bored of meals and to keep cooking interesting on my weight loss journey has been prepping ingredients so that I can make a bunch of different meals from them. So I never thought that I'd be prepping burgers every single week, but I make turkey burgers every week and use them for hundreds of meals. Like, I am not kidding. I use them for everything, but there are so many different meals you can make with them. So having them prepped in the fridge really does make it easy to just throw together a meal with a bunch of different ingredients. So I'll make burgers for dinner one night. Then another day I'll have a burger bowl with them, or a Greek bowl with them, or a Mexican bowl. Like, there are so many different bowls I could just add a turkey burger into, but I already have them prepped in the fridge. And that way I can create a bunch of different meals using just one single ingredient that I always have prepped. So it's a mix of finding consistent ingredients that you like to have, that you like to keep prepped, but also mixing up everything, mixing up different sauces that you use, different vegetables, like I said, different seasonings, just all different types of things like that to keep things interesting. And another thing along the lines of cooking, for me, just kind of having basic meals in my mind. So like a bowl or a wrap. I just try to turn so many different meals into bowls. I try to turn so many different types of meals or flavors into wraps, even pizza bakes. We can do like a breakfast pizza. We can do a Chicago style pizza. We can do a Reuben style pizza, spinach artichoke, like so many different things we can do, but just based around the same concept of a meal, like a bowl, a wrap, or a pizza bake, if that makes sense. So because I look at it that way and just like follow a similar recipe, but switching out the ingredients, it really does keep things interesting. It mixes things up. We don't get bored of the same meals all the time, because really we never have the same meals. They are always different. Even if we have a pasta with white sauce every week, it is different every time, because I just continue to like try different ingredients, or a different chicken sausage one week. One week I might do spinach and mushrooms. The next week I might do artichokes and peppers or something. So it's basically just like switching up small ingredients, but following the same type of recipe to give you new tastes and just make sure you don't get bored of eating the same thing. Another thing that's really helped to keep my weight loss journey interesting, and a lot of the things I'm talking about, it's helped me on my weight loss journey, but also just throughout maintenance, because maintenance is just as hard as losing weight. It really is difficult to stick with what you've been doing for so long and not get burnt out and to stay motivated. So one thing that's really helped me is to find activity I enjoy. I talk about this all the time, but also to not be afraid to try new activities as well, or new things to keep me active. So I do find the things that I can be consistent with, like lifting weights at the gym and roller skating or rollerblading. Those are the things I know I'm honestly not gonna get sick of. I really do enjoy them, although I do have to mix up things at the gym all the time, and I do change where I'm skating. So there are small variables I change with that, but those are kind of like my constants when it comes to physical activity. But one thing that's really helped both Adam and I on our weight loss journey is to just try random things that are active and that maybe we wouldn't have done in the past, because it really does make it fun. It's a challenge and it's a way to keep us moving. What I mean by that, like I said, I have the gym and skating. Adam likes to go to the gym as well, but sometimes we'll randomly just go play a round of tennis, and we're not great at tennis, but it's still fun. It gets us running around. We'll play basketball. We started ice skating in the winter more, which was something we hadn't done before, and it was a lot of fun to just go there. And again, it doesn't feel like you're exercising, but we would be there for 2 hours just going around and around, and it was so fun. So ice skating, we've gone to trampoline places where the whole place is just foam pits and trampolines, and we've got an activity doing that. We went zip lining and to an adventure park, which was just like climbing up in the trees, and it was something that I never would have done in the past, but it was a good workout and it was fun. It was a new challenge. So not being afraid to try new things, even like bowling. In the past, we never would go bowling, and that was something that gets us out of the house, it gets us moving, and it's just something different. So finding random activities like that, fun new things that we haven't tried. We still want to go kayaking and paddleboarding, and just there's a lot of things on our list that we still want to try, but finding different activities that, again, we don't do these all the time. Like, we've only gone to the adventure park once. We've gone to the trampoline place maybe 1 or 2 times, ice skating a few times. Like, it's not something you have to commit to weekly, but doing something new every week or two is really fun and really does keep us moving while not getting bored of the same activities. Another thing that's helped me to keep things interesting on my journey, the year leading up to my weight loss journey, I ate so much takeout food. We were always getting fast food and picking up our meals to just eat takeout. And that was one thing I was scared about starting my weight loss journey, is how am I gonna go from eating all these foods that I was used to not having them? I'm gonna crave them, I'm gonna want them. So one thing that really helped to keep things interesting, keep me motivated, is that I try to remake the fast food meals at home. So to this day, I'm still trying to recreate different meals that we used to eat, because we used to eat out all the time, like I said. So there's so many things that I wanted to try to make at home, just a lighter version. And a lot of times then I can make them so much more filling and way, way lower point. And it's just much more satisfying, but it does help keep me motivated. And I don't know, I feel like I'm not missing out, because I was so scared I would miss out on getting fast food, which sounds ridiculous, but when it became such a part of my life and I was just so used to it and I enjoy it, I didn't want to just completely cut it out. But finding ways to make it at home has really kept it interesting. It's made me feel like I'm not restricted. I don't get bored and like want to just eat out and stuff like that, because I do have the options at home. So of course I still eat out and I still get takeout and stuff like that, but it's not 1 to 2 times a day like I was doing in the past, because I can remake the meals at home. Another thing that's helped me, and this was more when I was losing the weight, I haven't done it as much in maintenance, but I should again, because there are times where it really does motivate me, but that is rewarding myself for consistency. So in the start of my journey, I've talked about this before, the first month I rewarded myself with a foot massager if I tracked for 30 days straight using WW, and I did it, so I got myself the reward. That way it took the pressure off hitting a certain weight, and it was just really motivating to me. So I continue to do that pretty much every month, finding other rewards that I could give myself. So one thing was like a tattoo, one was dyeing my hair, one was buying roller skates. So just different things like that that were non-food rewards really kept it interesting. It really kept me so motivated, because it was something I really wanted, and it felt really good to work towards it with something I could control, because I could control that I was tracking every day. So when I actually was able to do it, I controlled the results, and then I actually got the reward. It was such a good feeling, and it got me excited to do the next month and the next month. And so I really think that that was a huge part of my success with my weight loss journey, especially in the beginning. And it really kept things interesting for me. It kept me motivated. And it was just really helpful for me on my journey. And then the last thing that I want to talk about with not getting bored on your weight loss journey or staying motivated, I really feel it is so important to have balance. And it is so important to incorporate the foods that you ate before. Like, I don't restrict anything. I find ways to incorporate pretzels, Auntie-Anne's, and sushi and pizza and all the foods that are maybe higher point. I find ways to incorporate them with balance. And so we'll go out and have a big sushi lunch, but then come home and have a really nourishing dinner that night that keeps us on track with our points. And it's just been really important to not feel restricted, because a lot of times that's when I lose all of my motivation, when I feel like I can't have what I want to have or I can't do what I want to do. It makes me feel trapped, and then I just don't want to continue down that road. So when I have balance and I don't restrict anything, it really does keep me motivated. It keeps me remembering that this is a lifestyle change and that I want this to be sustainable. And so I just have to take it a day at a time. I have to find the things that I enjoy and the things that make me feel good and have a balance with them, find the happy medium, because that's what's going to keep this going. And even more so, just the past few months, I have felt it so much. And actually my word for the year for myself was balance, because I really wanted to focus on finding balance in every aspect of my life. And I truly feel like I have found that, and it has just really kept me on the track that I'm going. It really does make it easier for me to make the choices that are going to make me feel good, because like I said, I know I can have the things that I want, but also I know the things that are going to make me feel good, and just finding a balance between those is huge on your weight loss journey, and especially in maintenance. So anyway, I always feel like I just kind of ramble on in these videos, but I just really want to share my experiences and what has worked for me on my weight loss journey and my maintenance journey, because it is possible for anyone, and I didn't believe it for so long because I just didn't know how to really look at it, and I didn't know how to find a way to sustain it with my life. And so once I've been able to do that and keep things interesting and mix up the foods I'm eating and mix up the activity I'm doing, it really does help. And I am someone who actually really does like routine. I really don't like change. So this is kind of a challenge for me to try these things, but that is what keeps it interesting, and keeping it a challenge is really what keeps me going and keeps me motivated. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I'd love to hear if you guys have anything else that you do to keep your weight loss journey interesting. I'm sure there's other things I haven't mentioned, but these are just some of the key points that have really helped me. So I will see you guys next time.